The MonsterVerse is continuing along with Monarch and Godzilla x Kong, but Godzilla himself has a far longer history. Let's talk about some classic moments the MonsterVerse can take from the older films, starting with a more powerful weapon. Godzilla's atomic breath is one of his first abilities. However, it's seen several upgrades over the years. A big one came in the Heisei era film, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. In that movie, while battling the robotic doppelganger, Goji unlocks his spiral heat ray, which is a stronger version of his atomic breath. He can thank Rodan for it. Hey, speaking of the giant murder bird, Rodan is one of Goji's oldest enemies, but that hasn't stopped them from teaming up. While MonsterVerse Rodan may have been defeated by Mothra, he should show up again and recreate the moment from Invasion of the Astro Monster when the pair team up to fight King Ghidorah. Following the before-mentioned team-up, Goji and Rodan defeated the three-headed space dragon. What follows is one of Godzilla's only moments of pure joy as he dances and jumps in celebration. It may look goofy, but admit that you would love to see MonsterVerse Goji doing the same thing. Of course, if we're talking about team-ups, one of the most famous Godzilla allies is the robotic superhero with the amazing name, Jet Jaguar. Following the pair's team-up in Godzilla vs. Megalon, the two exchange a rather professional handshake. Not only would a MonsterVerse Jet Jaguar be amazing, we need to see him shake Goji's claws. One thing we have yet to see any sign of in the MonsterVerse is Goji's son. No, not Manila, he can stay in the past. The much cooler Godzilla Jr. was featured in multiple Heisei films, and is tragically killed when he faced Destroya. It's a heartbreaking moment, mostly because Goji Jr. was much less aggro to humanity. If we are really wishing for something, then it's all the monsters. While King of the Monsters featured a four-way battle, it was nothing compared to the all-out battle royale in the epically named Destroy All Monsters. The MonsterVerse has a chance to do a full-on war between the massive kaiju that fill the series. Maybe this time leave Manila at home though. I really don't like him, you guys. We don't need to stick to the Japanese films for inspiration. While it was a certified stinker, the 1998 American Godzilla did have an epic teaser trailer. Let's recreate it in another American-made Goji film, and this time, it can be a good one. How about ditching movies altogether and taking some inspiration from the comics? Goji in Hell follows a Goji who destroyed the Earth and now battles kaiju in Hell. Maybe the next Goji film should take a trip to the afterlife. Speaking of the 1998 Godzilla, G-fans weren't thrilled with the big-chinned American cousin, dubbing him Zilla because he was no god. The OG Godzilla proved it when he one-shotted his American cousin in Godzilla Final Wars. Now do it again, with even more explosions. Finally, the moment that concluded an entire Godzilla era. The Heisei era is one of the few Godzilla film series to be a continuing story. It climaxes when Godzilla begins to melt down and threatens the world with a massive atomic blast. In the end, Godzilla dies in a blaze of glory, resurrecting his son. If the MonsterVerse wants to conclude Goji's story, this is the best way to do it.